shall begin. To start, we will draw an angel oracle card to see what your inner child wants to communicate through the angels. Here we have the angel of healing. So now is the time in your life to focus on healing, whether that is physical pains or mental, emotional. The angel of healing is a sign for you to make healing a priority in your life. Maybe spending some time around water or the ocean might be beneficial for you. And maybe if you enjoy Reiki or sound healing, that could also be of help. And of course, doing your doctor's checkups and so on and so forth, and just making your physical health a priority, as well as your relaxation, because you need both for your body. But I will now read the message from the guidebook to see what further messages come through. From the angel of healing. Whether you have been giving care to others or you are in need of care yourself, the angel of healing alerts you to the fact that you need to take time out to look after yourself. Find a tranquil place where you can be alone. Sit quietly, breathe deeply, and calm your thoughts. Ask the angel of healing to surround you with loving light. As you exhale, surrender any emotional pain that you may have been holding in your body. As you inhale, accept the angel's gift of healing, allowing your body, mind, and spirit to relax in her gentle energy. Fill your heart with love and gratitude for her as this occurs. After, spend some time in a peaceful environment so that you can fully absorb the healing power. And some symbols from the angel of healing include lake, light, hand, honey, lavender. So in your life right now, maybe focus on some meditation, spending time in nature, and honey can be very, very healing if you have been having problems with your throat or your throat chakra. That can help a lot, having some honey in your tea. And an affirmation this angel offers you is, I am healed by peace and light. I am healed by peace and light. So it is important for you to make time for peace and relaxation in your life. Maybe do some yoga, because that is good for your body as well as your soul, and just relaxing and allowing love and light into your body. Let's see what Mother Nature wants to communicate through your inner child now with the Green Witch Oracle cards. So you got the trunk, which is all about stability, loyalty, and reliability. This is what your inner child wants you to know. Mushrooms may also be significant for you. There are some mushrooms on the tree and an owl. So keep an eye open for those symbols that may be your inner child trying to communicate with you. I will now read the messages from the guidebook. Like a spine, the stalk or trunk is the center column of a plant from which everything branches. It is both the supporter and connector, unifying the extremities of the crown and roots. The newer, softer wood just beneath the protective bark of the trunk conveys moisture from the ground upward and moves energy created in the leaves downward. The core is what gives the tree its strength. Like a tree, your core has been formed of past experiences as you've grown. Make a list of your core beliefs, who you are, what you hold dear, and what you would never compromise on. This is who you truly are. The trunk card reminds you to stay true to those beliefs, to provide a safe, stable place for new experiences to develop. And a reflection the trunk card offers is, what have some formative experiences in your life been, and how have they shaped who you are today? As I'm reading this, and especially with it being an inner child reading, your inner child wants you to let go of the programming that you have been instilled with growing up. Because we only know what we've been told, and that doesn't necessarily mean that all of it is true. And so your inner child wants you to work on healing those wounds, because not everything you have been told is fact. And now is a great time to be loyal to yourself and heal those aspects of your inner child, so your inner child can come out and live healed and free and expressive. So I will now draw some tarot cards to see what else your inner child wants to communicate with you. Three cards for their inner child. What do they want to communicate? Your first card is the Palace of Wands, and this is actually a special card for this tarot deck, the Palace, and this is a place where you can let your inner child shine. When I see this card, it feels like the home of your inner child. There are butterflies and all this love and light coming from the windows. And there's also flowers and roses. It really feels like this is the loving environment your inner child needs to be creative and to live life to the fullest and most satisfied. And I notice here there is a little figure by the entrance, which I never really noticed before, and it feels like your inner child wants you to just come on into this healing energy and allow your child to just be free and creative and express yourself fully. Let's see what your next card is. We have inside of you and beliefs that are not necessarily true. And like I've said, we only know what we've learned. And Spirit wants you to know that, and your inner child wants you to know that just because this is how you grew up does not mean that that is how you are meant to live. You may still currently be in this state of mind or finances, and your inner child wants you to know that taking the time out of your day and schedule to heal yourself and make peace within the day, whether it's 5 minutes, a 10-minute meditation, whatever works best for you to ground yourself and be centered again, that will help you heal, and that will help quicken whatever it is you are trying to work on, whether that is your finances or your self-belief within yourself. Let's see what the next card is. It is the Faith card, and you got 2 5s here, so 5s are all about change. Your life is going to be changing for the better. Have faith for your future, that things can get better. You can heal. You can change your circumstances. You are more capable than you realize. You don't have to be stuck in this 5 of coins energy for the rest of your life. That's not what this reading is saying at all. With the 5s, change is coming. And the more you have faith and trust in yourself, the quicker these results will find you. Because that's when your inner child feels safe to receive from the universe. And next thing you know, your life has completely changed by the end of the year. So keep holding on to that faith that things get better. You are in a healing season right now, and that is essential before taking your next step in your journey. I will now draw a Moonology card to see what the moon wants to communicate through your inner child. Oops. I literally went to shuffle and this one fell right away. It says, nothing is yet set in stone, and that is definitely meant to be in this reading today, because those beliefs you've learned and this attitude you have had towards yourself, it is not set in stone, and you have a future ahead of you, and the possibilities are endless. And the way you feel about yourself and your circumstances, they are not set in stone. And seeing that there's like an ocean on this card for the mutable moon, it's telling me that getting near water will help you. Water is very healing to be around. So get out there, get to a lake, get to a river. You don't even have to go in, you don't have to swim, but just being near it and think about what you want to release and let the universe take care of the rest. And you can do the same thing with the trees. You can talk to the trees and let them deal with the rest. I will now read the message from the guidebook for this mutable moon. And also, when I read mutable moon, like the fact that it's mutable and mute, it just comes to me that like your inner child wants you to mute those negative self-beliefs that you have been programmed to believe about yourself. You are capable, and your inner child wants you to know that. Just put those negative feelings on mute and carry on. Of course, it's easier said than done. I'm just finding the page here. something is indeed changing and there's room for maneuver. So take it as a sign that the situation you're asking about is far from finalized. If you're not happy with the current state of play, that's marvelous. It means you can still change the course of the outcome. However, there is also a sense that the situation could perhaps be a little unstable. For some, this is great news because you can still influence it. Others will struggle with the uncertainty, but should stay with it a little longer. Either way, nothing is yet set in stone. I know that the best will unfold for me is an affirmation the moon is offering to you to use. Your meandering, sorry guys, you're meandering towards your goal, and that's okay. So I think that means you're like slowly working and getting towards your goal, and the fact that it's slow is perfectly okay. Staying adaptable is the key to success for now. Make sure you're not being led astray. Have you become distracted? It's time to focus. Stay with it, whatever it means to you. So, your inner child feels that you have been pursuing something or wanting to achieve something, and maybe you have been having self-doubts about it, and your inner child wants you to know that you are more than capable. Like I've been saying, it's just about healing those parts within yourself to make that change. In order to make change in our life, we first have to make a change within ourselves. Like, for example, if you want to stop smoking, it's easier to view it as, I am not a smoker, rather than I am quitting smoking and oh, I'm a smoker and I'm having such a hard time, rather than I am not a smoker, I don't like to smoke. You can use affirmations to achieve this healing. I like to get out in nature and say these affirmations in my mind. Like, there was a 1,000 times affirmation challenge or something like that, where you keep repeating an affirmation over and over and over again to attract that energy. And I like to do that in nature in my head. I'll just keep repeating my affirmations over and over again. And even if it feels silly at the start, you are reprogramming your subconscious mind, because currently your subconscious mind is programmed to what you have learned up until this point, and it hasn't really been up to you of what that programming is. So now is the time to have faith in your future in order to achieve that healing. So remember, you are capable and you will achieve what it is you want to achieve. And making time for your healing is not a waste of time. It is essential. So I hope